The Real Talk book tag coming up. Hey guys, welcome back to Book Your Imagination. My name is Anne. I'm doing something different today. This is the Real Talk book tag, and it is meant to be a conversational, chatty book tag. Relaxed, drinking tea, or in my case, coffee. And this is not really the type of video that I normally do. So I'm giving it a try. I'm not sure how successful we'll be. It's 6 o'clock in the evening here, and for sure I don't normally drink coffee this late, but for this tag and for you guys, I did get a fresh pot of coffee. I always drink coffee from my Starbucks cup because it keeps it warm for a long amount of time. And I am leaning back in the couch, although for me personally, it's more comfortable for me to sit up straight. This is kind of how I am in real life, is kind of stiff and uptight. So like trying to be relaxed and sit back and just do sort of a chatty video is really something different for me. So we'll see how it works. I wore black just in case it's a total disaster. We can all mourn it together. This tag was created by Alyssa J, and I have a link to her channel in the description below. I saw it on April Sarah's channel, so I'll link to her video as well. No one tagged me. I saw it. It looked like a good tag, so let's get into the questions. Question 1. What is something no one told you about Booktube before you started your channel? That Booktube existed. Excuse me, I wanted to start a YouTube channel and I wanted to talk about books. So that's how I started my channel. I had no idea there was anyone else out there doing it. And when I saw a guy, I don't even remember who it was, who was also talking about books, I thought, wow, that's cool. There's another person doing this. One other person. I just had absolutely no idea the community was so large. And I'll be absolutely honest, if I had known a Booktube community existed, I would never have started my channel. I would have been just too insecure and too nervous, and I would never have done it. And I think it would have been a shame for me because I've gotten so much out of this community. So yeah, let's just say I was a complete idiot when I started my channel. I may still be a complete idiot, but at least I know what I'm doing a little bit more today than I did when I started. Question 2. What is your opinion of typical Booktube videos, wrap-ups, TBRs, hauls, etc.? I think they are an essential part of a Booktube channel. It is kind of a common thread that holds us all together. However, I think while that's a good, solid foundation for your channel, you need to find your own voice and what it is that you do that is different or unique from everyone else. On my channel, I do library tours and I do the vlog style videos, and I do reviews of plays. I don't think those are particularly unique, but it's something that I do that hardly anyone else does. And if anyone else wanted to do a library tour, I would be totally on board with watching that. But even now, I've been doing this for 3 years, I'm still trying to find my voice and what it is that makes me unique and makes my channel unique. And I still think the core of it are things like hauls, which I never do a haul because I get most of my books from the library, but I did a TBR, my first TBR, but I've done wrap-ups before. I think it's a core part of Booktube, and I think it's something that you should do as part of your channel, or not. It's your channel, you can choose. All right, I'm not sure how this is going so far. I'm also trying to do this in one take rather than if you've watched my videos before, I will do a lot of cuts and do them in pieces. So I try to get them as close to perfect as I can. And this, I'm just trying to be relaxed and breathe and take a sip of my coffee. All right, question 3. What is an assumption you had about Booktube before you joined, and was it proven to be correct or not? So because I didn't know that Booktube existed, I didn't have an assumption about Booktube, but I did have an assumption about YouTube. I think in your real life, you may not find what I would call your tribe, the people who are interested in the same things that you're interested in. When I watch a lot of Booktube newbie tag videos, a lot of people say, my friends don't read the books I'm interested in, they don't read as much as I do, that kind of thing. And that was true in my life as well. But I felt like on YouTube, I would find my tribe. I would find those people who are interested in the same things I'm interested in. I don't see myself as being like this unique person that I am the only person in the universe who likes books or likes these kinds of books. So I would say by the very existence of this huge Booktube community, I was proven right. There is a tribe out there that I'm a part of. And even if it's not the people in my real life, it's the people here on YouTube. All right. Question 4. What is something you've done that has actually helped you grow your audience? So this is a great question. There is no silver bullet out there that if you do this one thing, your channel is going to grow or explode exponentially. But I do think, hey Betty, I do think that if you participate in the community, you comment on other people's videos, and truly participate, not to promote yourself, but be interested in other people and what they're doing. I think that will help grow the community. And for those of you who want to grow your channel, be interested in other people. I totally get how hard it is. If you're like me, I have a full-time job. I have a life outside of this, filming, editing, and then also the time it takes to read a book, which I love more than anything. It's hard sometimes to stop and watch other people's channels when you're out there like pushing your own channel. But it is really important to stay a part of the community, to comment on other people's videos, and if people comment on your videos, go watch their videos. Be supportive of other people, and I think that will help your channel grow. It is a community. We support each other. Okay, question 5. What is a common mistake you see new booktubers making, or one that you've made? So I don't think that there is, well, let me start over again. I don't see a lot of mistakes. What I see is a lot of inexperience. The only thing that I would call truly a mistake was one girl, I don't even remember what her name was. She filmed her video on her camera in portrait mode, and when she uploaded it, it uploaded sideways in landscape mode. So her Booktube newbie tag looked like this, and she did this for the entire Booktube newbie tag. That was clearly a mistake, but pretty much other things I see are inexperience, and trust me, I have done a lot of things that inexperience or color correcting. I've looked like a clown in some of my videos. Some of them have been too dark, some of them too bright, that kind of thing. I will tell you that there are some things that new booktubers and YouTubers do that really grate on my nerves. But first, let me say, it's your channel. You can do what you want on your channel, and don't let me tell you what you should do. But some of the things that just really drive me crazy are, first of all, when someone says, I'm sorry if I'm wearing the same thing I wore in my last video, I'm recording them back to back. So first of all, you're assuming that we saw your last video, which may or may not be the case. Someone may not have been interested in that topic and is interested in this topic. And the second thing, even if they saw that video, they may not have been looking at it in sequential order. And the third thing is, no one expects you to have a Kardashian-esque wardrobe. where you wear your top once and then never again. Every single one of us has a limited wardrobe, and we wear the same tops over and over, and no one cares really that you wore the same top in this video that you wore in another video. It just doesn't matter. So it really bugs me when people are apologizing for things like that. Now, if you're wearing, oops, sorry, just kicked my table. If you're wearing a top that's relating to the video, like I've seen a lot of people talking about, you know, they got a t-shirt from an Owl Crate box, for example, or they have their Gryffindor shirt on or something like that, and they're talking about it and what it means to them. Well, that's completely different. That, I think, is sharing your love for books or your love for your t-shirt with us, and I think that's perfectly cool. But it's the ones who are just apologizing. I'm sorry, I'm wearing this again. Like, I didn't come to your video to watch you talk about your clothes. And the second thing that just kind of bugs me is the people who look at themselves while they're filming instead of looking at the camera. For example, if I continually spent my time talking like this, I mean, it's just, it disconnects you from the audience, I think. It's rather narcissistic. Your hair is not going to change colors. You are not Tonks, and your nose is not going to suddenly be a pig nose. You're not going to change. Now, I know that sometimes you do have to look at the monitor in order to make sure you're in focus or make sure you're in frame or something like that. So I totally get when people do have to check, or even as I've been doing this tag, I've been looking down to read the question, but I'm not consistently looking away from the audience. It just feels like, how can I say it any better? You're not focused on us, your audience. You are focused on yourself. It's very narcissistic. But, I mean, again, do what you want on your channel. Do what's comfortable for your channel. It is your channel. One of the things I truly feel strongly about on YouTube, I think it is, in a way, the perfect business, because if I succeed, it is solely because of my work, because of the content that I put out and what I say. And if I fail, it is solely because of my work, the content I put out and what I say. So anyway, enough of that. Next question. What are your thoughts on working with publishers and sponsorships? Okay. I don't have a problem with working with sponsors. I watch a lot of channels, not necessarily BookTube channels, but, you know, some photography channels where they're sponsored by Wix or by Squarespace or someone else, and they say, hey, you know, go get a Wix site or go get a Squarespace site and use this. A sponsorship is a way to support your channel, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't really have a problem with people taking books either, taking ARCs to promote the book, as long as you tell us that you got it. You're like, don't be deceptive about it. Don't try to hide it. Just, you know, just do it. I would totally accept a sponsorship. I don't take ARCs because I don't want the pressure of having to give a review because someone gave me something free. And I also don't want this to become a job. Like, I have to review this story, and I'm not really even interested in reading this story, but they sent me this book for free. So it's not like reviewing books from publishers that they send me for free. That's not right for me. But I don't have a problem with anyone else doing it, just as long as you disclose it. And I totally don't have an issue with sponsorships. I mean, that's what supports TV. That's how we get to watch TV, at least regular TV. We pay subscription for cable or Amazon or Netflix or Hulu or whatever else happens to be out there. You know, a lot of that content is supported by the sponsors who pay them money to be able to do their ads. So I don't see it on BookTube as being any different. So that's my thought on that. And let's see. Oh, last question. Do you think BookTube is dying? Booktube is dying the same way that plays died when movies were invented, and movies died when TV was invented, and TV died when cable was invented, and the way that cable has died since YouTube was invented. In other words, no, I don't think it's dying. And just go and search Booktube newbie tag this week. There is like at least one person every single day joining Booktube. Now, those people aren't necessarily going to stay with it. If we had a Booktube exit tag, you might have just as many people, but a lot of people drop off, their channels just disappear, or they, for whatever reason, stop posting. But I don't think it's dying. This is part of the, sort of like the free market system. If you have something people are interested in, they're going to watch it if it's free. And I think there are plenty of people who are interested in watching watching videos about books. So no, I don't think it's dying. So that was the last question. Oh, hi. Hey, what's going on? All right, so my kitty needs a little attention, and we're at the end of the tag anyway. As always, this is #JMO, just my opinion. I hope you enjoyed this. It's a very different experience for me to just sit here and chat with coffee and my kitty cat. And yeah, thank you for watching.